Welcome to our deep dive. Today we're tackling, well, one of the biggest shifts humanity has ever faced, I think.
Definitely.
We're talking about artificial intelligence, AI. It's not just about new gadgets or software, is it?
No, not at all.
It feels like it's fundamentally reshaping who we are, how we think, maybe even what comes next for all of us.
That's a great way to put it.
So the big question we're digging into today is, what role will artificial intelligence really play in the future of humanity? It's huge, touches everything.
It really does. And what's truly remarkable, I think, is the historical context. For about 4 billion years, life on Earth was purely organic.
Right, biology ruled.
Exactly. Driven by, well, survival, reproduction, natural selection, the usual biological stuff. But now we're right on the edge of seeing the first inorganic agents emerge, AI.
Inorganic agents.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty profound.
It is, because it's not just like a philosophical point. It genuinely challenges how we understand life, intelligence, consciousness itself. Well, think about it. What happens when the dominant intelligence on the planet isn't biological, isn't driven by those same survival needs?
That changes everything.
It potentially redefines our entire place in the cosmos. It's a massive question.
Okay, let's unpack that a bit. Because AI, it's not just theory or science fiction anymore, is it?
Not even close.
We've seen just incredible exponential progress, especially, since things like ChatGPT arrived. It feels different now.
It does feel different. For years, AI was kind of humming away in the background, right?
Yeah, like suggesting movies on streaming services or translating languages.
Right, or spotting bank fraud, that kind of thing. Useful, but sort of invisible.
But what we have now, especially with these large language models, it's something else entirely. It's not just automation.
No, it feels generative, creative almost.
Exactly.
And it's not just about, faster computers. It's a real leap. In just the last few years, AI hasn't just matched human abilities in some areas. It's actually exceeded them in places we used to think were uniquely human.
Like what?
Well, creativity, for instance, complex judgment, even persuasion.
Wow.
Think about it. AI can write essays that you honestly can't tell apart from humans. It can compose music that actually makes you feel something.
Yeah, I've seen some of the art generation stuff. It's stunning.
Right. Generating incredible art from just a few words and holding conversations that feel, well, really natural. They understand context.
So it's not just a tool anymore.
I'd say it's starting to look much more like a collaborator.
Yeah.
A co-creator, perhaps. It's changing how we work, how we think about our own skills.
Okay, so if it's getting that powerful, that capable.
Right.
What are the opportunities? If we handle this right, it sounds like AI could be this incredible multiplier for human potential. Just imagine what that can mean for your life, your work.
Absolutely. If you look at the big picture, the potential is just immense across so many different areas.
Like healthcare? I hear a lot about that.
Oh, healthcare is a huge one. Imagine AI designing truly personalized treatment plans.
Personalize how?
Tailored right down to your specific genetics, your real-time health data, way beyond what a single doctor could manage.
Okay.
It could mean much faster, more accurate diagnoses, spotting tiny patterns in scans or lab results years before symptoms even appear.
Years before, wow.
Yeah, it's a shift towards predictive and preventative medicine, really changing what early detection even means, potentially adding years of healthy life.
That really is revolutionary.
Yeah.
What about education? That seems fundamental, too.
Equally profound, I think. Imagine every student, everywhere, having access to a personal AI tutor.
Regardless of where they live.
Exactly, no matter their background. And these aren't just fancy search engines.
Right.
They'd be adaptive systems. They'd understand how you learn, your pace, where you're struggling.
And give you help tailored just for you.
Precisely. Custom explanations, practice, creative challenges. It can make learning so much more interactive, engaging, and crucially, accessible, bridging huge educational gaps.
Okay, that's compelling. And what about our jobs, our day-to-day work?
Yeah.
A lot of us feel bogged down by repetitive stuff.
And that's exactly where AI could really shine, in work and productivity.
How so?
It can take on those repetitive, data-heavy, or maybe even complex analytical tasks that, drain our energy.
Freeing us up for what?
For the things humans are really good at. High-level creativity, complex problem-solving that needs intuition, emotional intelligence, empathy.
The human skills.
Exactly. And like,
Uh-huh.
imagine having an AI co-pilot in your job, handling the grunt work. It lets you focus on innovation, strategy, real human connection.
You also mentioned global challenges earlier. That sounds ambitious.
It is, but the potential is there. Think about climate change.
Okay.
AI could build incredibly sophisticated climate models, predicting changes with far greater accuracy than we can now.
Or resource management.
Yes, optimizing things like farming, water use, clean energy distribution, tackling problems that are just too complex, too data-intensive for humans alone.
So things like sustainability, maybe even predicting pandemics.
Potentially, yes. It's about using this intelligence to boost our collective ability to solve the really big, thorny problems facing humanity: climate, poverty, food security.
Okay, this is where it starts to get, well, really interesting, but also maybe a bit unsettling.
Mm-hmm.
You said earlier we might not be the smartest beings on Earth anymore. What does that actually mean for us, for society? How might that affect, your own sense of purpose or control in the world?
That's the multi-trillion-dollar question, isn't it? It raises these incredibly deep issues.
Right.
Well, if machines can persuade better than us, or show more apparent empathy, or make better judgments in some cases, what happens to our sense of personal agency?
Right. Or creativity. If AI can create amazing art or music.
Exactly. Or even democracy,
Yeah.
which relies on informed human choices. What happens when AI can manipulate opinions so effectively? Yuval Noah Harari, the historian, he put it starkly. He called AI potentially the first non-organic life form.
We talked about that earlier.
Right. And he argues it doesn't just change the planet's ecology, it fundamentally redefines what intelligence is. We're facing a world where intelligence might not need a body, not need consciousness as we know it.
Which forces us to ask what we are in that new context.
Profoundly, yes. What does it mean to be human then?
And these concerns, they aren't just philosophical thought experiments, right? They're very real-world impacts we need to worry about. Jobs, fairness, control.
Absolutely. Let's start with jobs. Job displacement.
The robots are coming for our jobs.
Well, some jobs will be automated, that seems inevitable, and not just manual labor anymore, but increasingly cognitive tasks too.
So white-collar jobs as well.
Yes. Now, new jobs will surely be created. That always happens with technology shifts. But the real worry is the speed.
Too fast to adapt.
Potentially. Can we reskill and retrain millions of people quickly enough? If not, we could see massive economic disruption, widening inequality. It's a huge social challenge, not just economic. Affects people's whole sense of worth.
Okay, that's definitely a big one. What about fairness? Bias in AI.
That's another critical point: bias and fairness. AI systems learn from data, huge amounts of it.
And that data comes from us, from the world as it is.
Exactly. And
Right.
our world, our history, it's full of biases. Conscious, unconscious, systemic.
So the AI learns our biases.
It doesn't just learn them, it can amplify them because it applies those patterns consistently, sometimes at massive scale.
Can you give an example?
Yeah.
Sure.
We've seen AI used in hiring that ends up favoring certain groups just because the historical hiring data it learned from was biased.
Oh, wow.
Or AI in loan applications that discriminates based on factors correlated with race or gender. Again, learned from past data.
So it's not like the AI is trying to be unfair.
No, not intentionally. It's just reflecting the flaws in the data we feed it. But the outcome is still unjust. And sometimes it's really hard to even spot, let alone fix.
Okay, that's worrying. And then there's the control issue, keeping these things aligned with what we actually want.
Right. Control and safety. What happens when these AI systems get so complex?
That even the people who built them don't fully understand how they work.
Precisely. Or can't predict their behavior accurately. This leads to what people like Eliezer Yudkowsky call the alignment problem.
Alignment, meaning keeping the AI's goals aligned with ours.
Exactly. Ensuring AI is not just smart, but that it pursues goals that are genuinely beneficial for humanity and that we don't accidentally lose control.
Lose control. How?
Yeah.
Like in the movies, Terminator.
It's usually framed less dramatically, but potentially more dangerously. It's not necessarily about malicious AI.
Okay.
It's about AI pursuing a programmed goal too literally or too efficiently without understanding the unstated human context or values.
Like the classic paperclip maximizer thought experiment.
Okay. Sort of, yes. Or imagine telling an AI to maximize human happiness. A poorly aligned AI might figure out the most efficient way is to, I don't know, hook everyone up to pleasure machines permanently.
Fulfilling the goal, but missing the point entirely.
Exactly. Robbing us of everything else that makes life meaningful. So translating nuanced human values into code, it's incredibly difficult, maybe impossible.
That is a genuinely chilling thought, which leads to the final point, I guess. Who decides all this? Who's in charge?
Ethics and power. Who actually controls these incredibly powerful AI agents?
A few giant tech companies.
That's one possibility, giving them immense global influence.
Or governments, using it for control.
Also possible, leading to new forms of surveillance, social scoring, things like that.
Or us, humanity somehow.
That's the ideal, isn't it? Steering this technology through democratic, inclusive means. But how do we achieve that? It fundamentally changes global power dynamics. Who benefits? Who gets left behind? The potential for inequality is enormous.
Okay, so we have these incredible opportunities, but also these really profound, maybe even existential risks.
That sums it up pretty well.
How do we navigate this? How do we steer the ship? Who regulates AI?
Yeah.
What can policymakers or technologists, or frankly, what can all of us do to make sure this serves everyone, not just a select few? It feels urgent.
It is urgent. You're right. The window for effective regulation, for shaping this trajectory, it feels like it's closing fast. The technology is just accelerating so rapidly.
So society needs to catch up.
Society has to adapt, and quickly. Our laws, our ethics, our way of thinking. Otherwise, we risk being completely overwhelmed by the systems we're creating.
Are we seeing attempts to regulate it now?
Oh, yes, definitely. There are different approaches emerging around the world. You have things like the EU AI Act trying to be comprehensive, focusing on risk levels and fundamental rights.
Right.
Then you have other places, maybe like the US or UK, looking at more flexible, perhaps industry-involved guidelines.
Is one way better?
It's hard to say yet. The big challenge is making rules that are strong enough to protect people, but agile enough not to stifle innovation. And ideally, we need some global agreement.
International collaboration on AI rules.
It seems essential. We need shared principles for how we develop and use this stuff responsibly.
So the future isn't really set in stone then. It's not like AI will definitely lead to utopia or dystopia.
No, not at all. It's shaped entirely by the decisions we make now.
The policies we create.
Policies, ethical standards, regulations, yes. But also just how we choose to bring AI into our daily lives, into our communities.
It really feels like it comes down to a series of choices, doesn't it?
It absolutely does.
Like, do we let AI increase inequality, concentrate power, or do we actively use it to spread opportunity to level the playing field?
That's a core choice.
Do we develop it behind closed doors in secret labs? Or do we make the process more open, involve more diverse perspectives, have a real public conversation?
Another critical fork in the road.
Do we react mainly with fear? Or do we try to understand it, learn to work with it, and harness its power for good?
I think the future isn't really about machines replacing us, not in the simple sense.
It's about
how we choose to coexist, how we collaborate, how we redefine what it means to be human in a world that's becoming intelligent in ways we're still struggling to grasp.
our choices now really set the stage for generations.
Without a doubt.
Wow. This deep dive, it really highlights how AI is poised to change. Well, pretty much everything. Our culture, our work, our learning, maybe even our own consciousness.
It's fundamental.
The future really does seem to depend more than ever on us, on the choices we're making right now.
So the question to leave everyone with, perhaps, is what role do you want humans to play in this future? In a world increasingly powered by intelligent machines.
Are we the architects, the partners, something else entirely?
It's definitely something for all of us to think about deeply as we navigate this incredible, maybe slightly terrifying, but definitely unprecedented transformation.